Shalom. My mission and my goal as of today is to expose Judge Gina Calvert in breaking my rights as a citizen of the United States of America. I also want to educate the people, mainly the black community, mainly the black man in America and the black woman, their rights as citizens of the United States of America. I want to reveal a few of those rights. One, being the Bill of Rights. It says in Section 1, you have the right of life, liberty, worship, pursuit of safety and happiness, free speech, acquiring and protecting property, peaceable assembly, redress of grievance, and bearing arms. This is the book that I'm reading out of. Constitution to the United States of America and of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. I want to first address that I am being charged $3,125 worth of debt and child support. According to 1998, the Dead-Bill Parenting Act, signed by Bill Clinton, states that from $5,000 to $10,000, a man will be charged, or a woman will be charged or sentenced to imprisonment from $5,000 to $10,000. I'm being sentenced to imprisonment for $3,125. That's not even law. But imprisonment due to debt is restricted. According to Section 18. The persons of a debtor, where there is not strong presumption of fraud, shall not be continued in prison after delivering up his estate for the benefit of his creditors in such manner as shall be prescribed by law. In December of 2016, I got a job that was paying me at least $14 an hour. And I was required to make payments of $450 a month. Now, this job, I told them, was through a temporary agency. So I wasn't going to be accounted. I didn't have the ability to be able to pay $450 a month every month for the rest of my child's life if it was through a temporary agency. They gave me a $2,000 back pay. And I don't know if the 14th Amendment is noted in the Bill of Rights, but they gave me a $2,000 back pay. And in the 14th Amendment, it says that every man is innocent until proven guilty. Every person is innocent until proven guilty. And every person is equal in the United States of America. So the $450 a month with a temporary agency was fine as long as I had the temporary job. But when I lost the temporary job and I had a less paying job, I get a less paying amount to have to pay. But they wouldn't bring the amount down. They allowed the fines to stay where the fines was. And Section 17 states excessive bail or fine or cruel punishment is prohibited. So $450 a month is an excessive fine for me to have to pay. Not only that, that debt didn't belong to me. The debt belonged to the child's mother. Anytime you have to pay it, anytime you choose to take money or deposit money from the government, whether it be financial aid, whether it be student loans, whether it be any other loan that you take from the government, you're required to pay that loan back. That's what makes us equal persons. That's what caused the Women's March in the early 1900s. The women marched for equality. If you marched for equal rights, then why are you taking money from a man for your debt? You have the right to pay your. But if you're not paying your debt off, then we're not equal. If I'm paying your debt, the debt that you decide to take from WIC, the debt that you decide to take from any other institution, any debt that you decide to take, it belongs to you, and you should pay that back. I didn't choose to take debt from the government. You chose that. So I shouldn't be put under a law that requires me, a system that requires me to pay your debt. That's what child support is. It's a debt that the woman puts herself in, but the man is required to pay it. And if this woman is an equal citizen, this woman says that she believes in feminism. So if you're an equal citizen and you believe in women's supremacy, then a woman should be able to be supreme enough to be able to pay her own debt back. But this is an excessive fine used to oppress mainly black males, because the woman is always the one that is the primary parent unless there's something wrong with her. All right? Most of the time, women are the primary parents because neither one of us had our own house. Both of us she was living at her mother's house, I was living at my mother's house. So neither one of us was in a position to say, I am in a better position to take care of that child. No, our parents was in the position to take care of our child at the time. So it says, so the $2,000, so let's talk about the $2,000 back pay. The back pay they cause us to be put in. Just because the woman says that I owe a $2,000 back pay is also an infringement on the Constitution of the 14th Amendment, because the 14th Amendment states that the 14th Amendment states the 14th Amendment states that every persons are equal and every man is innocent till proven guilty, and also that the 8th Amendment states that there should be no excessive fine. That $2,000, there was no proof. That was just based off of her word. So if that's based off of her word, that's an overwrite. That means she's superior to me. Her word is more superior than my word. If I say I have, she say I haven't, no, they're siding with her. That's supremacy. That's not equal. That's not equality. That's supremacy. And if you're exercising supremacy, then that means we are being denoted as a people. And you're being uplifted. That's supremacy. That's women's supremacy over the black man. Because they're not being supreme. They're not exercising supremacy over the white man. The white man is still supreme in this country. You just saw the white man shut down governments. That's supremacy. Now, according to the amendment, and I want to show everybody this. I want to show everybody this. This is important. Section 14. According to the Bill of Rights, in Section 14, it states, power inherent in the people, right to alter, reform, or abolish government. All power is inherent in the people, and all free governments are founded on their authority and instituted for their peace, safety, happiness, and protection of property. For the advancement of these ends, they have all, at all times, an inalienable and indefensible right to alter, reform, or abolish their government in such manner as they may deem proper. So the people are supposed, they put it on documentation that the people have that power to abolish government if the government is not securing them, their happiness, their safety, and their peace. The government's not doing that. The government's not exercising the Constitution. The government is destroying the people. And as long as the government destroys the people, the government is not protecting the people. Section 3 says men are equal, no exclusive grant except for public service property, not to be exempt from taxation, grants revocable. All men, when they form a social compact, are equal, and no grant of exclusive, separate public emolument or privileges shall be made to any man or set of men except in consideration of public service. But no property shall be exempt from taxation except as provided in this Constitution, and every grant of a franchise, privilege, or exemption shall remain subject to revocation, alteration, or amendment. So no man is better than the other. All men are equal, except for through public service. When it comes to that's when it comes to imprisonment. When you were in jail and they have you doing public service for the community, if you're being incarcerated. That's why it says, and the precept for that is, let me see, section 25. It says slavery and involuntary servitude forbidden. Slavery and involuntary servitude in this state are forbidden except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted. So that's public services. That's the only time men are not equal, is if you're if you're in prison, or if you have a criminal record or something like that, and they decide to take your rights to bear arms. So that's the only way they can do that. It's crazy, you know. Let's and I also want to just show you where it states, so the power to abolish government. I also want to tell you that when the people come together, when they create some type of an alliance with one another, they have the ability to abolish government, reform it, and alter it, and make laws that can govern themselves, that can govern them, and do away with the laws that have been put in place. It says laws to be suspended only by General Assembly. No power to suspend laws shall be exercised unless by the General Assembly or its authority. So when it says power inherited in the people, has to have a General Assembly. And all free governments are founded on their authority and instituted for their peace, safety, happiness, and the protection of property. For the advancement of these ends, they have at all times an inalienable and indefensible right to alter, reform, or abolish their government in such manner as they may deem property. So they means a group, an organization, the peaceful assembly, those that exercise grievance. If they have a problem with the law, they have a problem with the way the government's set up, they have the right to revolution. That's what that means. You have the right to revolution. You have the right to reform it. You have the right to alter it. You have the right to abolish it. Last but not least, it says general powers subordinate to bill of rights. Laws contrary thereto are void. To guard against transgression of the high powers which we have delegated, we declare that everything in this Bill of Rights is accepted out of the general powers of government and shall forever remain inviolated. And all laws contrary thereto or contrary to this Constitution shall be void. That means the Deadbeat Parenting Act. Not the Deadbeat Parenting Act. When imprisonment restricted, that voids the Deadbeat Parenting Act, the $5,000 to $10,000. It's the it voids the back pay, $2,000 back pay. It voids any excessive amount of payment that the government gives you, or not the government, the what are those people called? The judge gives you, because there will be no law that was going to come in the place of that, and the judge's job is to enforce the law. Okay, distributions of the powers of government. Section 27. Powers of government divided among legislative, executive, and judicial departments. The powers of the government of the Commonwealth of Kentucky shall be divided into 3 distinct departments. So the judge is a part of the judicial, police department, executive, and the House of Representatives is a part of the legislative. I'm just explaining it to you. And each of them be confined to a separate body of magistracy, to wit, those which are legislative to one, those which are executive to another, and those which are judicial to another. So this is all government. All of it. We have to really be paying attention to what is going on within others. If white people, y'all say y'all love black people so much, y'all need to start recognizing how we're being abused. And I think y'all know. I don't think y'all ignorant to that. I think that y'all understand that your supremacy is in the government, regardless of how wicked it is. It's in the government. So if your supremacy is in the government and you love your supremacy, you love being comfortable, you won't fight against that government. But if you are really serious about freeing black people, uplifting black people, liberating black people, saving black people, if you truly love black people, then bring down your supremacy for black people. If you say you are black, I've heard white people say they are black. They feel like they are black. If you feel like that, bring down your supremacy. Bring down your supremacy. And ours is the Most High. And the Most High states that there will be no form of oppression, that we are not supposed to oppress our slaves or our servants or whatever you want to call yourselves. We're not supposed to oppress you. That's against the law of the Most High. That there will be no form of oppression to the slaves. And I'll show y'all this scripture if anybody disagrees. But in our power, there's no oppression. But in the enemy's power, there's oppression. See, the white man should never be ruling the world because they plant evil. They have an evil heart, so they bring evil fruits everywhere they go. But when our people are in authority, we don't create evil, we create good. And when you're in authority, you cause us to be evil. Us to kill our own people. Us to murder our own kind and our own children. We didn't divide you from your people. We didn't sell y'all. We didn't separate your families. We didn't destroy your people. Y'all had your own nation. And each other person had their own nation. If you went to war against us, yes, we sold you. But if you submitted to our power, you had your own nation. We've submitted to your power plenty of times. But you gave us not a nation. Cyrus was better than y'all. He gave us our nation. I think it was the guy's name was Artaxerxes, and Nehemiah gave us a nation. But Y'all are really destroying us as a people. You do not defend or represent us right. When you give us lawyers, those lawyers work for you. When in the community, your CIA gave our people to us, and our people sold drugs to us in order to please the CIA because it was their job to destroy the black community. Wicked nation, which needs to be brought down. So if there's white people out there that believes in the Most High and say they love black people, then you have to forsake your own people and destroy your own people. Bring your own people down and uplift us. And the scriptures say that Moses told Jethro, if you follow us, then what blessing gives us, we shall distribute it to you. So obey Israel. And Israel will take care of you. But make us an enemy, then you will be destroyed. And this is prophecy, because every prophecy in the scriptures has come to pass. Your time is coming. You either choose what position you want to play. Do you want to be a house nigga? Or do you want to be a field nigga? You want to be free? Do you want to be bound? You want to be in heaven? Or do you want to be in hell? You choose that. Shalom, Ak, Appa, Akawa.